The story kicks off in ancient Japan. We see a place called Eiko, where feudal lords still rule. Some samurai bring in this strange boy they caught. The boy's name is Kai, but nobody knows where he's from. Everyone's suspicious, thinking he might be some kind of ghost or demon. They don't want him in their domain because his skin is really pale and it scares them. But still, the lord of the land, Lord Asano, says the boy can stay. Asano's daughter, Mika, also likes the boy, and they become friends real quick. The boy grows up in that domain, but he's always an outcast. Everyone treats him like a stranger, but he's still grateful for Asano's kindness and Mika's friendship. One day, a group of hunters goes to catch a beast that's been scaring all the villagers. This thing is huge, with 6 eyes. Forget men, it can even lift horses into the air. Just then, we see a samurai named Asano, whose sword falls, and he gets stuck in front of the beast. Kai risks his life and takes out the creature. He saves Asano's life and gives his sword back to him. Asano says with disgust, "I'd rather have died. This impure thing saved me. Gross." Everyone there believes that Kai is something else. Anyway, soon the other samurai arrive and think that Asano must have killed the beast. Asano stays quiet and takes all the credit for himself. Before leaving, Kai sees this weird white fox staring at him. Its 2 eyes are different colors. Meanwhile, in another domain, Nagato, the same white fox, goes to their lord, Lord Kira. Suddenly, the fox turns into a beautiful woman. She's actually Kira's spy. She tells Kira that their plan to take out Lord Asano didn't work. When the people return from the hunt, Mika welcomes her father. She asks if he's hurt. Asano jokes, "Are you worried about someone special?" That's when we find out why it was so important to kill the 6-eyed beast. A huge tournament called the Shogun's Tournament is about to happen in Akko, which is a big deal. Everything needs to be perfect. Asano is super happy with Mika's work. He says that if her mother were alive today, she'd be so proud of her. That night, Mika goes to Kai. Kai is really hurt, so Mika takes care of him. After this, Mika brings up Asano. She says that when everyone was praising him, there was shame in his eyes. Kai gets that Mika knows what happened. He quickly tells her, "I don't need any trouble. You should leave." At the same time, Kai also says, "I'll always want you, but my place is different, and yours is different." Soon, the day of the Shogun arrives with great pomp and circumstance. A woman appears who looks familiar. Her eyes are also 2 different colors, just like that fox we saw in the forest. Kai finds this strange, so he goes to tell Oishi. Neither of them knows that his son, Shikara, is listening to their conversation. Kai says that there's a witch among them, but Oishi reminds him that only demons can see a witch's true face. "How do you know all this?" The next day, the festival starts again, and Lord Kira arrives. He talks respectfully to Lord Asano, but deep down, they hate each other. Kira says, "Wow, you have a very nice concubine." Asano replies angrily, "She's my daughter, you understand? Talk with respect." After the performance, it's time for the competition between the 2 domains. Lord Kira's warrior is amazing. Everyone is really impressed with him. Kira teases Mika, "Don't worry, I'm sure the warrior your father chose will be just as strong." But nobody has much faith in him because his father chose Asano, thinking that he's the one who killed that 6-eyed beast. Everyone's thinking that Asano will be here any minute, but just before the fight, that fox comes to meet him, and now he looks different. When Shikara comes to get him, Asano doesn't look like he's in any condition to fight. Kai says, "Call someone else," but there's no time for that now. If their warrior doesn't show up soon, it'll be a huge embarrassment for them. Asano's head will hang low. But only one samurai can fight in this competition, and neither of them is a samurai. But samurai wear masks. Nobody will know who the person fighting behind a mask is, whether it's Asano or not. Everyone gets bored waiting. The shogun sends his servant to ask Asano, "Where is your warrior?" But just then, Eiko's warrior arrives. His entrance isn't as grand as his enemies, but everyone breathes a sigh of relief, thinking, at least he's here. But that piece is quickly snatched away. Kira's warrior starts just beating the poor guy up. With one arrow shot, his mask falls off, and everyone is completely shocked. The shogun stops the fight and comes down. In one look, he recognizes that Kai is not a samurai. The shogun orders the other warrior to kill him. Mika gets completely freaked out and stands in front of Kai. Lord Asano apologizes for this and takes all the blame on himself. Asano says, "If you want to punish someone, punish me." The shogun agrees and leaves the punishment up to the people. That same evening, in front of Lord Kira, the witch explains her plan for how she'll take over the entire Eiko domain from Lord Asano. She says that the time is perfect. Asano has a lot of pressure on him right now. She creates a spider with her magic. Guess how many eyes it had? Yep, that same 6-eyed scary beast again. Now it makes sense where that first creature came from. The spider goes near his lips and bites Asano with a poisonous sting, making him sick. Asano wakes up and has a delusion that Kira is attacking Mika. He raises his sword to save his daughter, but this is all happening in his head. However, the attack he makes on Kira is visible to everyone. The samurai run to stop him, and Kira pretends to be a victim. For this incident, Asano is sentenced to death because he attacked a guest, but because of his honor and status, he's given the chance to do it himself. Later, Asano tells Oishi that this is better than being hanged. Oishi says, "This is wrong. What was your mistake? You were possessed." But Asano is only thinking about saving his family's honor now. After this, he goes to say goodbye to Mika. He tells Mika not to cry. Don't show them you're weak. Then he goes to a place with Oishi. Oishi cleans his sword for him. Kai is still recovering from his wounds, but everyone else is present and witnesses Asano's end. The samurai want to avenge his death. Oishi says that if they start fighting now, all the people in their domain will be in danger. Not just the warriors, but the farmers and villagers too. A warrior's first duty is to think about others. Mika tells the shogun that as Asano's only daughter, she will manage the whole area until she gets married. But she doesn't know that everything has already been decided. From now on, Lord Kira is the lord of Eiko's domain. Mika is given 1 year to mourn. After that, she will be married to Kira. For Oishi and the rest of Asano's soldiers, the shogun announces that they are no longer samurai. Now they are Ronin, which means samurai who have lost their master. He also makes it clear that they are not to seek revenge. As soon as Kira gains power, the first thing he does is kick the Ronin out of his land. He says that if any Ronin are found there, they will be killed. Mika is super sad to hear this, and things aren't over yet. Kai is brought there, dragged by a rope. Kira tells his future wife to look at him one last time, because she'll never see him again. Then he calls one of his men and asks, "What should we do with Oishi?" He doesn't trust Oishi at all, so he has him thrown in jail. He stays there for a whole year. On a day with heavy rain, he's dragged out and left with his weak body. His wife and son run to him. They give him warm food. His wife tells him that all his people have left the Akko area. Mika has been taken to the castle to prepare for the wedding because the year given to her is about to end. Oishi asks what happened to Kai. Shikara says that he's been sold as a slave far away. Now that Oishi has eaten, he understands everything. He stands up and tells his son that he needs 3 horses immediately. His wife tries to stop him, but Oishi says, "Go tell the whole world that we are divorced. There's some work that's really important, and this is the only way I can save you." Oishi says goodbye to her. He explains some things to Shikara and leaves with a horse. After a long search, when he finds Kai, he's in a terrible state. He's being forced to fight horribly for the entertainment of drug addicts. Oishi enters the ring as a fighter because this is the only way he can talk to Kai. But in the last year, Kai has become nothing but a fighting machine. He's been tortured so much that he can't even recognize Oishi. Oishi keeps saying, "It's me, pay attention," but Kai keeps attacking him. It's as if only his body is fighting. His soul is dead. He doesn't have the power to think or understand. He only comes to his senses when he hears Mika's name. Then they both make a plan to escape from that fighting arena, dodging bullets. Once they get far away, they start talking. Now their relationship has completely changed. Kai is no longer that quiet disciple. Now he's fast-talking and full of anger. At the same time, Oishi admits, "I should have believed you about that witch." Lord Kira had their lord killed with a trick. Now he needs Kai's help, and his year in jail has changed his way of thinking a lot. That's why Oishi is now treating Kai with a lot of respect. Soon, a man arrives outside Kira's castle. He's bringing some news from the Dutch island. He says that the warrior you sold to us escaped with the help of a samurai. After this, Kira tells the witch to find Oishi as soon as possible. He wants Oishi to be completely destroyed. Meanwhile, Kai and Oishi reach the pond where Shikara is waiting for them. Shikara has gathered all of Oishi's people there. He says he has a plan, but this plan is against the shogun's orders. This means that whoever gets involved won't survive for long. As soon as he says that his goal is to kill Lord Kira, everyone shouts with excitement. Everyone agrees to work according to his plan. There are a lot of guards in the castle. Security is very tight. That's why they have to find out when Kira is going on his temple visit. They also need more people and swords. Oishi gives this job to some of his people. One of them gets mad at Kai. He tries to attack him, saying that he's not a samurai. Oishi stops him and says, "Neither are you. None of us are samurai anymore." Then each team goes to do their part. Soon, Oishi and Kai reach a place called Yutsu, which is a village of sword makers. The place looks like a ghost town. Not a single person is visible. As soon as they see some soldiers, Oishi says, "Oh, we're just farmers. We came to buy some tools." The soldier says that this is Lord Kira's village now. The soldiers look at Shikara's hands and say that they don't look like a farmer's hands. Kai understands what's about to happen and immediately attacks the soldiers. He takes out everyone so fast that the remaining people get super scared. They start picking up the swords of the dead soldiers. By now, it's clear that Kira has won the whole area, and they won't get any weapons from there. That's when Kai tells Oishi his secret. He says that they can find weapons in the Tengu forest, where he grew up among ghosts. He also swears that he will never use the magic they gave him. Oishi doesn't like his talk about ghosts, but he has no other choice either. He has to get revenge no matter what. Just then, one of their men comes back with information about Lord Kira's next visit, but he suddenly meets a beautiful girl and gets distracted. Her eyes are very different. He asks her what her name is. Meanwhile, Oishi's people enter the forest carefully. They ask about the north direction, and Kai says that there are ghosts there. After this, Oishi and Kai enter a dark cave, while the rest of the people stay outside. If too many people go in at once, the ghosts get angry. Kai tells Oishi, no matter what happens, don't take out your sword. Be careful no matter what. Meanwhile, the Ronin standing outside the cave start talking to each other. They can't understand why Oishi trusts Kai so much. After a short conversation, they decide that they don't trust Kai. What if he takes Oishi inside and gets him killed? Now they are also ready to go into the cave, which they were strictly told not to do. Inside, Kai goes into a deeper room alone. Soon a strange-looking man comes to him. He and Kai start talking about the outside world and how people like Kai are treated badly. He was called dirty blood a lot, rejected everywhere without any reason. But here in the world of ghosts, nothing bad happened to him. He was accepted. Meanwhile, in the outer room, Oishi is shocked to see the hatred of his people. Everyone is in shock. Then Asano takes out his sword for no reason. He starts a weird fight, and a voice starts playing in Oishi's head. It keeps saying, "Take out your sword and save your people." He tries to help without a sword, getting restless, but his men keep falling one by one. Just then, Kai asks for the sword that's buried between them. The ghost says, "Yes, you can take it, but on one condition. Grab it before I do." They both fly toward each other in the air, but Kai is super fast. The ghost is happy to see that Kai still has the same speed. Meanwhile, in the other room, everything is all messed up. Oishi's people never came into the cave. This was all just his delusion. It was a test of Oishi's dedication and trust. When Kai comes back, he has many swords. Now all the Ronin are back outside Akko. Isogai is there and says that Lord Kira is leaving the temple tonight. Oishi gets his message but doesn't notice that Isogai's eyes are blurry. Shikara also wants to join the fight, but his father says no, after which he stays behind with an old man. It's night, and the Ronin quietly enter the trap. A man with very long hair is doing a ritual. He's just waiting for Oishi to get close. Then he suddenly turns around, and it's that witch. With one gesture of her hand, fire breaks out all around. Many people are killed. Some Ronin are badly injured. In the castle, the witch gives Lord Kira a sword and says that it used to be Oishi's. Then she teases Mika, telling her how she single-handedly destroyed the rest of her father's army. During their conversation, the witch leaves a dagger near Mika. After this, Mika gets an idea. Back at the Ronin's camp, we find out that the witch was wrong. Yes, many people were hurt, but most of them survived. Oishi admits, "It's my fault. We shouldn't have waited so long. We have to take revenge now, whether we win or lose. If they die, it'll be with honor." Just then, Kai says that they can still finish what they started. Now when they attack, they'll have a huge advantage because Kira thinks they're all dead, and in the morning, they get another chance to attack. On his way from there, Kai recognizes a group of performers. Their team has performed in this area before. When they are stopped, the performers say that they are going to perform at Lord Kira's wedding. After this, all the Ronin start making a new plan, and they are also completely sure that there's a chance they won't come back. And they also know very well how dangerous this is. They might even lose their lives. They write a story to be ready so that the next generation will know what they did and why. Everyone signs it, even Kai. Now he's no longer a stranger among them. Asano also says in front of everyone that Kai killed that six-eyed beast, not him. Better late than never, he finally apologizes. At the same time, he says that samurai always keep two swords and gives the second sword to Kai. At night, a huge ceremony is about to start. Kira's castle is full of soldiers. They let the performance group inside the gates, but nobody notices that Kai and Oishi have also snuck into the castle, hiding among them. Soon, Mika is brought in wearing her wedding dress and is presented to Kira, and as soon as they both sit down, the performance begins. While everyone is watching the performance, all the Ronin take this opportunity to climb up from the corner of the castle and quietly kill the guards. They all do their work so slowly and cleanly that nobody gets suspicious. As soon as they kill one samurai, one of them stands in his place as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, everyone is happy watching the fire show on the stage. But suddenly, the witch senses that something is wrong. Oishi is also there in disguise. He starts doing some tricks. Meanwhile, while killing 3 samurai standing together, something goes wrong, and one of them shoots an arrow at Oishi, which just grazes his hand. But his attack on Kira fails. All the Ronin are still chasing them, but now fights have broken out everywhere. Kai alone is taking out many enemies. Lord Kira sends his most dangerous warrior to fight the Ronin. Everyone is scared to see him. They know that he is very strong. But just then, a Ronin throws burning gunpowder into the weapons room. There's a huge explosion, and Kira's samurai is killed in it. The witch also immediately changes her form and flies away from there. Mika sees an opportunity and takes out that dagger she was hiding in her wedding dress and attacks Kira. But when she realizes that she won't be able to kill him, she sees an opportunity and runs away from there. The whole castle has become a battlefield, and all the Ronin are using all their strength. A little later, Kai and Mika meet each other. As soon as Kai says that nobody can separate them now, the witch comes back. Soon she turns into a big dragon with her magic, but Kai says, "I'm not afraid of you." She attacks Kai with fire, but with the help of that special sword, Kai blocks every one of her attacks and keeps fighting back. Meanwhile, only a thin wall is left between Oishi and Kira. They both attack each other and break it. A huge fight breaks out between them. They are both one of a kind. Meanwhile, while fighting the witch, Kai's sword slips from his hand. But as the dragon moves forward to attack Mika, Kai immediately uses his hidden powers to grab the sword and makes a huge attack on the dragon. The dragon falls down and slowly starts turning back into the witch. This attack is so dangerous that the witch dies. Meanwhile, inside the castle, Oishi also defeats Kira, and in the end, he cuts off his head and brings it in front of everyone to end this fight forever. As soon as Lord Kira dies, his soldiers also drop their weapons. Then all 47 Ronin come back to Akko with Princess Mika. They go to Asano's grave and place his sword there, and Oishi says that the revenge is now complete. In the end, the princess also expresses her love for Kai, and their love starts to grow. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.